Hi guys, so just had breakfast at Olivia's with my friends, and then I wanted to actually leave you with my CTA video finally. So maybe just two things. Disclaimer: first of all, we all have different experiences with CTA, right? There are people who have graduated with cum laude, like people have cummed CTA. So my experience shouldn't be, it's not gonna be your experience. And also, second of all, don't get too comfortable with failing. Please do not. Like, I know everyone just keeps saying wada wada, like people fail, but as I'm saying, people did graduate with cum laude, like with distinctions. And also the last thing is CTA's content was my favorite. Which is very funny because I felt the most, but it was my favorite content. Like, I really enjoyed learning during CTA. So let me leave you and enjoy the video. Okay, this is 2024. I'm even done with my articles, but I still have this paper here. Like you can see, this is auditing, this is financial accounting, auditing, financial management, and tax. I actually passed the first test here, right there. I got a bit of a booster right there somewhere. Somehow I passed. But I know by year test, is it 3 or 2? But this is the time I came back from Namibia. I was doing still bad, and then this was middle of the year. This was my progress mark, and this is the marks that I had, like by the time I had like my exam entrance marks. I think I had my prediction, or how much I predicted after I wrote the exam, I think, and then what the actual exam was. But yeah, I wrote sub for 1, 2, 3. Oh, my lighting. Okay. Hi guys. When was the last time I uploaded? But whatever. My name is Penny Shivude, and welcome to my channel. This is so embarrassing. But I don't want to feel so embarrassed because I'm here to deliver important things. So every single time I'm talking to people, my friends, about see who are doing, especially those that are doing CTA, I'm just like, I need to convey what I'm telling you to everyone else who usually like try to reach out to me, or who are just my channel, my almost non-existent channel. But anyway, and I was like, no, it's also discouraging when sometimes you just like, now who's really watching? You get how many views, and like, are people really watching? Sometimes it's discouraging. So when you like, when you don't get views, it's sometimes discouraging. But I'm also to blame. I don't maybe put in enough effort. But it doesn't matter. Whoever is watching, even if you are 2, 5 people, this is the main thing. This is the main reason why I'm making this video. For whatever I was sharing with someone else, I just want to share with everyone else, right? But yeah, share the video if you feel like it will help someone, or yeah, whatever. Okay, so this video is mainly dedicated to those who are writing their CTA exams, or who just finished, or if you just finished your exams, and you're waiting for your results, and maybe supplementary exams are coming, and yeah, whatever. So I think earlier in the year I was like, no, I'll say my CTA story, but my CTA story is a long story. Maybe unless someone really asks me questions on what went about. I have my marks. My marks are very embarrassing. I know I shared my marks with some people. They're very bad. Normal CTA marks are around, targeting 40s. You are doing quite well. But my thing is that when I went in the second semester, I was like, okay, maybe I'm getting too comfortable, because I realized that actually people who are passing, people are getting 60s, people are getting 50s, and just getting so comfortable in trying to aim for a 40. That time I was getting 30s. I think there was a time when I was even had 17%, I think twice even. But for me, 30 was my chilling zone. I was doing bad, guys. Like, I was doing bad. That time we were told to at least aim for 40, and if you are getting above 45, like 45, like basically that's you passing. But then second semester I was like, okay, no, I need to change. That by that time I was in Namibia. So let me just rewind. We started our university. We started classes. I remember 8th of January. Was the 8th of January? I think it was 8th of January. That's when we started classes. And then it was going on and then until COVID came, and then I was like, no, I'm not going home. I'm just gonna stay. Um, I remember I was alone in our building. Yeah, it was just a lot. But then I was like, no, I'm gonna stay. It's fine. And then so I was there the whole of lockdown started mid-March, and then I was there the whole of April. And then when May came, I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't. So, whole quarantine, I remember I missed one of the tests because um that was the day that I was traveling. So we had to make other arrangements so that I write, which I still failed either way. But I mean, it's understandable because it's understandable because I mean I had to pack, I had to prepare myself. There was just a lot of things going on, with the embassy, with because there were repatriation flights. It was a lot. So I know I was also not preparing well, but I know I failed those tests. But anyway, got home. I was, my parents were very supportive. I know if you look at maybe one or two videos, I was telling you guys how uh, everything was going. All right, and then now I'm going the second semester. I reached out. I don't know if I can mention them, but I reached out to a lady on Twitter. She gave me uh two people to like trainees to actually just guide me and like find ways on, like, for me that was like plan B. I knew it was a time when I had to get serious with my life. And this is just me saying this is the best way to use social media. I know some people um will say bad stuff about social media, but for me that is just how I use social media to reach out to people who can help me or whatever. So that's just my advice to you. So yeah, I did get help, um tips on and tricks. Try with text. I remember, like, I was just not getting text, guys. Text is one of the easier one, but I was failing. But or just getting guidance on how to study and go about it, because I started like reading the act and understanding what is the act really saying. I know it's difficult because the act, especially the vet act, these things are hard, but really understanding, because I remember when I was in I was in what? In class, when you're attending class, you see the lecturer has highlighted, you just highlight. Do you really understand what is happening? So I really started absorbing what the act is really saying. And one thing about me, I'll read the answers from A to Z. Well, for me, that is just one thing I usually do. Like from second year, I used to do that. So I was really trying to read and understand my things. And then, because I know it was very, consulting. I wasn't really consulting. Um, First semester, because of this whole lockdown thing. But then second semester, I was like, okay, need to start consulting. And just because it's everything is virtual, that's no excuse. So I know people were setting up virtual consultations with the lecturer, so I started doing that as well. So I was really on, doing the most, because I was just in the 20s and 30s. That's why I was cruising. I couldn't even get a 40%. All right. And one thing, I remember my dad would always encourage me, like, no, it's enough. That time I'm getting a 70%, my dad is saying, what you got is enough. Like, it was the most unrealistic thing. But when you have that person who just like believes in you and is so encouraging you and motivating, I believe that my 17% was enough. It's enough to contribute to the last last mark. It was just such a weird thing, but anyway, I think that worked for me. I believe my 70% was enough. It's gonna contribute to the end. All right. um what happened? Yeah, my marks were so bad. I remember I got like 240%, 40% or 41%. I think my highest was probably 42% when I went in that exam. In the exams, my lowest was 39, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know, I'm so embarrassed to say this, but anyway, it's the truth. I know last year was able to, everyone qualified for the exams. Everyone qualified to write exams. All right. And then, so even with that 39, I know you're supposed to write exams from 40%, and I had a 39, but probably I might even have gotten in because I know sometimes people just round off marks. I don't know, but anyway, it was terrible. I'm just telling you that it was terrible. So at that point, I was just praying to get into subs. I don't expect to pass, but I'm praying to get into subs. Guys, I was doing so bad. I was doing so bad. I can't even I can't even believe that I am saying out my marks here because I'm so embarrassed, but it is what it is. We are here now. My so embarrassing. Okay, whatever. Exams came. I wrote, you know, I was so prayerful, guys. I was like, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna pass. I was so certain about that. I'm gonna pass. It's because I have this thing that, man, I'm praying and God can hear me. Like, and I was just talking to a friend right now. I was like, so what's the point of you praying if you are just anxious and you are scared and you are doubting yourself? So what's the whole point of you praying if you don't believe what you are praying? Because now you pray that God is gonna help you. Because you're supposed to. Well, that is just the Christian penny. I don't know what the religion you follow or what higher power you worship, whatever. But you know, as a Christian, and my friend is Christian, just believing what you are praying. There's no point in being you are doubting yourself when you are praying. Are you not trusting God that He's gonna help you? So that's where I was at. I was so certain that it's all gonna be well. I mean, you know, being a human, obviously those things, you know, like you are so scared and everything, but like I had this thing, man, that God is gonna help me. Okay. Results, they came. I remember I think I went to the plaza or wherever because it was for CTA for university. The results come out on the same day. It's not like first year, second year, when the lecturers finish marking, they just put the marks on the portal, and then you see your marks. All right. When the marks came, when you're having a sub, they don't put the mark, they just put 999, 999. I think the first mark I saw, I don't even remember which one. I just passed one exam, guys. I passed text. That was the only thing I passed. And guess what? It was a 50%. It was a 50%. Everything else, I failed. But the good news is it was all supplementary exams. So I qualified for supplementary exam. All three of my modules. I have 4 modules. Three things I failed. Well, I qualified for sub. As much as I was so upset, I was like, as much as I was upset and I want to cry that I actually did not pass, just finish and go home, I was also grateful because I was also praying to get sub, because realistically it was just very hard. If I'm getting 40s, I need to get at least 60s so that I pass the year. And how realistic is it for me to get 60s when I was barely even getting a 40% in throughout the whole year? It was just unrealistic. So I knew what I was praying for. You know, for me, I just needed to get supplementaries. So 3 subs, 2 days in between, guys. I was devastated because I could really feel how it was just too much. I was constantly crying. I remember I first wrote auditing. Yeah, I was just like, oh my goodness, I messed up. At least with SAP, you just need to get a 50. I don't need 60% or whatever. Everything falls away. You just need to get a 50. Oh, I could not. Then came, what did I write first? Yeah, okay, we wrote auditing first. And then, well, for me, I love auditing. So I think auditing was very disappointing because for me it comes easier for me, but yeah, I think thank goodness to academic trainee who really just like with consultations, me like really took me through where my mistakes were, like having my paper in front of. And that's what I always tell people, that take your papers and like review it with your academic trainee or lecturer, mostly your academic trainee. Like our advice for you to go to your academic trainee and sit down with your paper and see what is going on. Or because if you can't do it yourself and see your mistakes properly, you need someone to like review it with you. So that's what I did, like my last test before exams. That's what we really, like I really did that with the academic training, to like see where I'm going wrong and where I'm getting it all wrong. So that really helped me. But I know I passed that exam, my auditing exam, but because my year mark is already bad, there was no way I was gonna pass. So I passed the exam, the actual paper, I think got 50 something, but yeah, I needed 60s, a 60 something so that I passed. Yeah, so auditing kind of gave me confidence, but like it was just a lot. And then I wrote, what did we write? I think we wrote financial management, guys. And I love financial management as well. That paper, I did not sleep before I wrote that paper. Guys, I was sleeping in that paper. I did not know what they were asking. They were asking some cash flow things. I was just like, what on earth? I almost walked out of that exam, guys. But I still remember the words that I think beginning of the one, I think that's our accounting lecturer saying that, it's not over until you write your sub. You might not have ever written subs in your life, but it's not over until you write your sub. So that is one thing that came into my mind, because I almost thought of that paper. Because first of all, I was tired. We had 2 sessions. I didn't sleep. Morning session I was fine, but afternoon session I just started sleeping. I don't know what the hell they were asking. I was just like, what am I doing here? I almost took that, but that thing of it's not over until the end. I never want to fail because I didn't give it my all. Let me just stick to the paper, do what I best I can do, and like just continue. Like I was very much afraid to fail because I didn't give it my best. And if I was gonna fail, because I was ready and I was very much prepared to repeat the year or whatever, I was just so over the whole year. I wanted to just maybe start over, but like it's not over until the end. And I don't know if I should re-explain the message I'm trying to convey, that especially now that you're waiting for your exams, you have never written subs maybe in your life, and CTA is just one of those things that will shock you. So be prepared for that, and it's really fine. I think it's really fine. When I went into my subs, I told myself I am studying this again, I'm revising this again. If I had passed, I would never have revised this again, because even when I was studying again for my subs, I saw some things that I never saw again. I never saw throughout the year. So I maybe I'm just naive, or like I'm a very optimistic person, but that's how I also look at it. Like I'm getting another chance to read these things and like understand my things. And then now I'm losing my what I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I wanted to say what you should learn from me. You have never written, so subs are okay. It's really fine. It's just what it is. It's not over until the end. I know you might feel discouraged when you see your marks and you have to rewrite or whatever. It's not until the end. The end is after you write that sub. Then you know you have given it your best. Just give it your best. CTA is so traumatizing, guys. Like CTA is the most traumatizing thing ever. And then if you are prayerful like me, then pray. Pray that God keeps you going. Mental strength is such a big thing. I used to have papers all over my wall that I tell myself stuff. I remember after I wrote my financial management. The first thing that I came out of that word, when I came in that exam, what was the word? Now I forgot. Yeah, I remember the first thing I said to a friend when we were going out, there's no way. That was the first thing I said, there's no way. And then I just started crying, going to my room. There's no way. So now I only have 2 days before I write now financial accounting. I still remember, it's like a voice that just came in my head, and like I just now I forgot. I have papers that were written on my wall, now I forgot. But I think something like, it's everything is possible. I think something along those lines. It came vividly so much. This is Christian me, please. It's like I just feel this thing, man. Like the Holy Spirit is telling me that everything is possible. Like, because for me it was like, there's no way I can pass. There was just no way, and I tell you, I still believe that there's no way I pass that thing. I just think it's God, and if God gave the Holy Spirit to my lecturers, I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, and then I don't know what came into me, and then I just decided to set up a meeting with my lecturer to like go through my exam, just to revise. And I remember crying so much in front of my lecturer. Yeah, I'm a crybaby. I'm a crybaby. Yeah, I know my lecturer isn't watching this, but that's my accounting lecturer. I just cried so much, and she was like, "Should I give you a moment?" I was like, "No, we need to do this," because I know I've already lost out on a day or 2 days. I don't remember. I need to do this. I need to go right. I want to go right. I remember telling her that I need to go and write that exam. I can't just give up on myself like this. I can't. So yeah, I wrote accounting, and then I knew I gave CTA my best. It was so hard. I was failing so much, and I remember one of the videos that I put up this year, beginning of the year, I said the way CTA felt, it felt like someone cut my whole, cut me open here, scratch me, and what? When I'm saying scratch, remember that guy? Me, I don't know. I don't know who that X-Men or whoever who has thingies that like knives from their hand. I don't know what they are called, and then scratch me inside, and then just stitch me up. That's the pain I was feeling. I was just failing too much. I couldn't handle it, but it's like it's God, and I was just like, it's not over until the end. Like, I can't give up now. I can't give up. If I'm gonna repeat, it's fine, but like, I need to finish what I started. So yeah, oopsie, sorry guys. So yeah, basically that's my CTA. I don't know if I've mentioned enough, but all the best for those who are waiting for their results, for those who are gonna write. Yeah, just go do your best. That's all I'm saying. Do your best, and that's enough. That is absolutely enough. Whew, I am done. I just feel like I have a lot to say about CTA. Yeah, subscribe, share the video, give it a like. Love you guys.